Hi, I'm Peter from Delphi. Today I'm going to show you how to tell if a puncture in a tyre can be repaired, and if it can, how to do it to the correct standard. One thing to think about before we get started, make sure that you follow the standards for your particular country. I'll be working on a vehicle for UK roads, so I'll be following British standard. If you suspect a tyre has a puncture, the first thing you need to do is try and locate it. You can do this by spraying it with a leak detection fluid or soapy water. Alternatively, you could place the tyre into a tank of water and inflate it to around 5 psi. And if you need to, increase it up to a maximum of 15 psi or 1 bar. Just be aware that high pressures can be dangerous and you don't know what damage you might find. Okay, so this one is pretty obvious, but I'm still going to mark it because once I remove this screw, the hole will be hard to pinpoint. I should also check the tyre for further damage. This hole may be repairable, but it's pointless if there's other damage that can't. I'm just examining the tread depth. This should be at least the legal minimum, which is 1.6 millimeters across 75% of the width of the tyre and all the way round. The minimum legal depth again varies by country, so be sure to check local regulations. I'm watching out for cracks, splits or bulges, including on the side walls and inside of the tyre. Any splits reaching the casing or any exposed cords would mean this tyre should be replaced immediately. Previous repairs are acceptable if they're done to British standard specification, which is BS AU 159, and I'll be complying with that when I repair this tyre. But if your repair will overlap an existing one, then the tyre would need to be replaced. Finally, before starting a repair, I need to check if the damage is limited to a certain size and within an acceptable area, as determined by the British standard specification. To do that, first I need to know the width of the tyre. The tread width of this tyre is 255 millimeters. Just a note, the figures we discuss apply to passenger cars. As a general rule, you're only allowed to perform a repair to the central area of the tread. This is known as area T. It's canted across the tyre and its width is determined as a percentage of the whole width of the tread. You can't repair the sidewalls or the shoulders of the tread, so you've got to determine where the area T is. The T section is 60% for tyre width up to 155, 65% from 155 to 200, and 70% when the width is over 200. For instance, this is a 255 wide tyre, so I need to calculate 70% of 255. So 255 multiplied by 70% equals 178.5 millimeters, or 89.25 millimeters either side of the center line. This repair falls within area T. The other restriction is the size of the damage. I'll have to open out the damage so that it's a circular hole. The maximum diameter of that hole is 6 millimeters, and that should cover the whole area of the damage. Good news, this tyre is repairable. So let's go through the steps as set out by the British standard specifications. The first thing is to perform a thorough inspection check. We did that earlier. Next, I need to locate the damage and remove the object that caused it. I'm going to use a carbide mill cutter. This is 6 millimeters diameter. Don't forget your PPE. I'm opening out the puncture to 6 millimeters. This should be done from the inside and then outside until there's no resistance to the mill. This is a combination repair, patch and plug. There are other ways to repair a hole, but this is generally accepted as best practice. It's the only method that seals the tyre through the entire damaged area. The stem will seal the hole that I just made. The metal part is to help me get it through the hole. The head will form a seal on the inside of the tyre, so I need to prepare the area. Plus, an extra 10 to 20 millimeters. This scraper will remove any residue from the repair area. This cleaning solution ensures the surface is clean and ready for the repair. I'm going to mark the area of the patch on the inside. This buffing rasp is used to flatten the surface of the repair, plus about 5 millimeters. I'm aiming for a flat area with the texture of suede. I've removed the debris from inside the tyre. Don't use compressed air to do this, and don't use cloths that could leave fibres behind. I'll be using vulcanizing cement to chemically bond the repair plug to the tyre. The cement needs to go into the repair channel and cover the buffed area. Next, I need to push and pull this through the repair hole. The steel pin of the plug helps to locate the hole. Pull the plug through from the outside until the entire patch is flush with the inside of the tyre. I'm now using corrugated tyre stitcher, rolling from the centre of the patch outwards to remove any bubbles and ensure even contact. The whole patch and the buffed area is now covered with an inner liner sealant. Finally, I need to cut off the stem of the repair plug so that it's flush with the tread. Then I'll go make myself a cup of tea while we wait for the cement to cure. Once curing time is complete, it's ready to make one final check for leaks, and if everything's good, refit the tyre to the vehicle. Thanks for watching today. If you want to see more videos, then be sure to follow us on social media or visit the Masters of Motion online hub. And for more expert-led courses, then why not check out the Delphi Academy? See you next time.